Welcome to a very new Tower update. I'm Daniel Whittington, Vice Chancellor of Wizard Academy. Although, for the purposes of this video and maybe every video in the future, you can call me Vincent Price. Now, if you're old enough like me to catch that reference, go back and Google a Vincent Price intro to any of the BBC mystery theater, like with Sherlock Holmes, but with the only real Sherlock Holmes, by the way. No offense to Benedict Cumberbutton, whatever his name is, but Jeremy Brett was the only real Sherlock Holmes. I'm just putting that out there. June 1st and 2nd is Marketing to Millennials. We've held this class twice now. We have, I guess we're about 2 weeks out now, and we still have a few rooms on campus. I would jump on this one as fast as you can. It's a great class. Essentially, I'm going to give you a little secret because you're watching this video, and so you get some insider knowledge. The whole point of the class is that the idea of marketing to millennials is kind of a misnomer because it's a bad question. Essentially, unless the product you are selling has something to do with date range, then marketing to millennials is so broad of a question as to be completely useless. What we teach you how to do is tribal marketing, which is find a group of people whose only combined interest is the same thing they all have in common. Yoga people, Roy uses snowboard people. What do they have in common? It's not age, it's not sex, it's just the fact that they like snowboarding. Although with snowboarders, they might have sex in common too. Now, go to this website and sign up for that class. We still have a few rooms on campus. Last week, or actually a few weeks ago in the Monday Morning Memo and in a recent video, we talked about the 7 different schools that we're going to do with Wizard Academy. Now we're changing some of the names, we're shifting some things around. Like most things at the Academy, everything is a little bit in flux. Really forever. That's kind of how we do things. Now, a couple points of clarification. Our friend Brian Schmidt emailed me with a concern I hadn't even thought of, but once he brought it up, I realized it was a really great question. And he said, hey, it sounds like you guys are really formalizing what used to be a really impromptu and kind of a relaxed environment of the Wizard Academy that rewarded whimsy and let you take whatever you wanted. And now you're going to structure these 7 schools. And what's going on? Are you guys all of a sudden getting a stick up your butt for no apparent reason? And the answer is maybe, Brian, but not in this environment. Now, the reality is the 7 school clarification is more about an internal classification for us and in a way to structure the school environment so that we cover all the topics we want to cover and we don't leave anything out, and there's kind of a cohesive class listing and class structure. But it doesn't mean that you can't take whatever hell class you want whenever you feel like it. That will always be true. So for example, if you wanted to specialize in the Wizard Academy at digital marketing, it doesn't mean you only take digital marketing classes. No, we will have a recommended structure that includes the digital marketing classes, but any good balanced student is going to take classes to widen their knowledge and kind of reach into areas of non-expertise so that they're not so focused they're ineffective in every area but the one in which they studied. So a digital marketing track at Wizard Academy might include all the digital marketing classes, but it would probably also include Magical Worlds and public speaking, maybe the whiskey class, just because, come on, why not? And really anything else that you'd like to throw in there. So as far as students are concerned, the structure of Wizard Academy has not changed. All that's changed is formalizing of options that are available to you, and the ability to know what you're missing if you really wanted to focus on a specific environment. So I hope that helps. Now, that was a bit of a long-winded explanation. So to make up for it, I'm going to tell you about Balcones. Now, Balcones is a distillery in Waco, Texas. Now, most people don't know this, but I was actually born in Waco, Texas, and raised in Waco, Texas, and escaped from the Branch Davidians at the age of... No, that's not true. I couldn't even finish that one. No, I don't know the Branch Davidians on a first-name basis. No, that took place, something like 45 minutes outside of Waco. And yes, I am tired of answering those questions about Waco. But Waco has done some amazing things for the world, and one of them, other than, providing what should have been a really kick-ass quarterback for the NFL, but from Baylor, but turned out to be a real disappointment. They provided Balcones single malt, as well as a few other lines. Now, Balcones is a distillery that was originally started by one guy. I am not going to tell you the story, but if you email me, I will send you a link to read a write-up, and I think it was in the Texas Monthly, about the whole backstory of Balcones Distillery, and it reads like something from an old Western shoot-'em-up novel. It's pretty wild. The guy who founded it is no longer involved, and he's starting his own thing. It will soon be releasing other whiskey, probably in the next 5 years or so, or inside the next 5 years. Currently now owned by a larger marketing group. This is the single malt that they released after they changed ownership. Now, I'm a big fan of the one independent owner of small craft distilleries, not breweries. However, I have to say, I really prefer the newer single malt to the one that Chuck did originally. I have one of the original single malts, and it's great. But this is maybe one of the only Texas single malts that I've had that really reminds me of a Scottish Speyside whiskey. And I've got probably, I don't know, maybe 10 or 11 American single malts, all barley aged whiskeys in the whiskey vault, and this one easily outclasses the rest of them for my preferred taste. So go down, get yourself some Balcones single malt, give it a try. That sounded like a pitch. It's just because the whiskey's so damn good. So cheers. Now, we've done a few sketches talking about the right way to order alcohol at the Wizard Academy. One of them was that we only serve whiskey, and you can't order frou-frou cocktails at Toad and Ostrich. And the other was that we don't serve bowling alley beer. I would like to give you one more tip about drinking at the Academy, which is that wine is really the first thing we made available at Wizard Academy. And we do have a wine cellar with over 1,000 wines available to you. But even though you know that, when you show up at the Wizard Academy and you want some wine, don't be an asshole about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, guys. How's it going? You pour me a glass of damn wine. Huh?
You want to try that again?
So anyway.
Yeah. So that is the Irish.
This is the Irish that I was drinking.
Yeah.
Hey guys. How's it going? Could I have a glass of wine too, please? Maybe? That's a little more like it. Oh, wow. Cheers. Ha, look at that. I'm just like you guys.
I'm just saying, we've got 30 acres on the property, which is plenty of places to hide a body. Now, to finish up, worthlessbastards.org. Roy's been talking about it in the Monday Morning Memo. I mentioned it a couple times in video. In your town, you should be doing a Worthless Bastards gathering. Now, what is it? For a much more cohesive explanation, you can see it all at worthlessbastards.org. You can find out if there's a meeting near you. But I will tell you what it is people who have agreed to, in some frequency, be it weekly, monthly, annually even, get together with a group of anybody who's willing and achieve absolutely nothing of long-term consequence. No politics, no problem solving, no networking, and I kind of died on the inside even just saying that word. No bringing your problems, no arguing about religion. Discussions of all kinds are fine as long as they really don't achieve any long-term value. Beverages are encouraged, though not required, and all you need to get involved and host one in your town is to choose to do it and email me, and I will get all the details from you, and I'll put your location up on the website. So until next time, may your crazy stay this side of legal, and may you return to us before we have time to miss you. Sláinte.